What's up, headbangers? It's time for another episode of Heavy Metal 101 Reviews, where we take a song we're not very familiar with, listen to it, and give our honest and unbiased opinion. So today we're going to do something we haven't done on the channel yet, and we're going to do some hardcore punk. So we're going to listen to the Cro-Mags, which is an American hardcore punk band formed in 1981. They were among the first bands to fuse hardcore punk with thrash metal elements. We're going to listen to Hard Times, which comes off the 1986 album Age of Quarrel, which Rock Hard magazine ranked as the number 274 in their 500 greatest rock and metal albums of all time. So before we start it, what are your thoughts on hardcore punk music? Chris, you got any opinions on it? Or
I love the New York hardcore punk scene, and this is kind of where they come from. And it's funny that you picked the Cro-Mags. I was actually watching a interview with members of White Zombie yesterday. They couldn't get Rob on there, go figure. But they had the original drummer from Les Exorcisto. They had Jay Junger and Shoddy Salt. And the Cro-Mags were one of the bands that actually got White Zombie notoriety. And it's funny because they were like hanging up flyers and stuff, and they saw I think his name's Harley from the Cro-Mags approaching them, and they're like, "Oh my god, he's gonna kick our ass." And he's like, "No, he's really cool." He's like, "Hey, I like what you guys are doing. You want to come play a show with us?" So Cro-Mags are partly responsible for getting White Zombie some notoriety.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I mean, I think that I'm very prejudiced against hardcore punk music. So today I want to open my mind today, because I have something in my head that I think is hardcore punk, and I don't think that it's the most refined music. Which it's not supposed to be, but like I want to know, like, how talented are these hardcore punk bands, or are they not very talented at all? Which is what is in my head. It's probably wrong, but this is part of the reason why we're going to listen to these guys and a few other hardcore punk bands that we have on the list for the future videos too.
Hard times coming your way. You don't have to run the bubble sometime. Organize your life and figure it out. Are you going to without a doubt? Hard time, same complete boss into a roll. Hard time, boss in me, I'm going cow. Hard times coming frown. But if your heart is longer than you, they're gonna try to drive you into the ground. But never surrender, never go down. Hard time, same dumb being forced into a roll. Hard time, boss in me, I'm going cow. Go back! Break out!
I didn't mind that. I thought that was okay.
Yeah, it's pretty traditional New York hardcore.
Yeah, I can definitely I can hear a lot of things that I do like in this. I can hear things that probably influenced the Cro-Mags, and I can hear how the Cro-Mags probably influenced a lot of the stuff that I listen to probably.
What did you hear?
I can hear a little Megadeth in there, some thrash elements. I can hear how like a band like maybe say AC/DC, like old school Bon Scott era AC/DC would be influential to the Cro-Mags. Obviously, like probably bands like Sex Pistols and the Ramones. But yeah, you know, like a lot of I'm pretty wishy-washy on a lot of the stuff that we've listened to, because like very few of the things that we've listened to I've like, oh, I really love this, and nothing has been like, oh, I really hate this, you know. But this is pretty solid. Like it just feels like a rock and roll tune.
Yeah, the hardcore punk rock, you know, it's easy to digest, and you know, people by and large love simplicity, which is I think why a lot of people are so turned off to metal, which is starting to change because metal is so complex and you learn to appreciate the musicianship. But I think, you know, if you look at bands like the Misfits, right? I mean, they had like these 3-chord songs that lasted for a minute and a half, and it was easy to get down to. And like I said, people love simplicity. That's why like Nirvana was so big.
Right.
But I heard the main thing I heard in that was Dead Kennedys.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with them or not, but I was waiting for Jello Biafra to come in at the very end.
I'm aware of them. I'm not super familiar with them, so maybe that's another band we can check out down the line. Do you want to check out another song by him since that one was so short?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, let's bring up World Peace. This is off the same album.
So that was from the same album, but had a very different feel to it, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. I think I like the first song a little bit more. Another shit, I had a couple other bands I was thinking of as I was listening to that. You could hear some Suicidal Tendencies in there. A little bit of Motorhead, I think, too.
Black Flag was the one that came to my mind.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's not anything it's not blowing my mind or anything, but it definitely didn't hurt to listen to it. All right, well, thanks for watching this episode, and we'll see you guys next time. Rock and roll.